In this diagram, there are two games at play. She's playing the game called Why Don't You, which is a rescuer's game or a martyr's game, constantly giving, resolution, like she knows more than anybody else. And his game is yes but, which is tried that. There's obviously no outcome to that. There's no positive outcome, at least, to that, because everything that she suggests anyway, he's knocking back. So in this sort of dialogue, he says, I've got a problem. What can I do to help? Why don't you? Or have you tried? Yes, but it didn't work. Or yes, but something else happened. Or yes, but somebody else is to blame. Or yes, but something else has got to happen. I don't know what else to suggest. So she just runs out of ideas. And he says, oh, well, thanks for trying anyway. Her response then is a question mark, like, hang on, what happened? We were trying to solve a problem, and all of a sudden I'm feeling like, I can't solve it, and I'm the worst in the world. Exactly. He has a question mark as well, like, well, that was to be expected, that nobody was going to solve this because it's my problem and it's too big. And then there's the payoff. So she gets confirmation from her helpless position now. So she has switched from being the martyr, taken care of, to being helpless, feeling like there's nothing she's got to offer. And the statement then is, I'm no good at helping. I can't do anything for anybody. And he has switched from helpless, I've got a problem and I need someone to fix it for me, to aggressor. I knew she wouldn't be able to help me anyway. Putting her down. So here's the actual formula that Eric Berne decided, or designed. So there's some sort of con or a hook that gets people sucked in the first place. And anybody that's seen me describe it, I describe it as a bit of bait on the end of a line, like, come on in, baby. Okay. So something happens, and sometimes it's not even verbalised. It just happens underneath it all. There's some sort of, weak spot, and in this context there's sort of the, oh, well, I know how to help you and I'll fix this up for you. But of course he doesn't want that to happen, because then he'd actually have to think a little more seriously about what was going on. He'd have to be resourceful and be responsible, absolutely. There's a series of responses. There's some sort of switch. So now, wherever they've started is now somewhere else, where they end up. This cross-up in terms of question mark, like what the hell just happened then, and why are we both feeling so bad now, to their payoff, which is confirmation of the original script belief. So it sort of becomes a bit like, well, there it is again, I always end up in this place. There it is again, no one can actually help me. There it is again, it's just all too bad and too tough, and I can't. And that's where we need to switch and not take the bait. Find a different kind of way of responding, both internally first. And the first response might be, well, I can listen to you, I can assist you as I can, but I'm not going to take the responsibility for what's going on for you. Big task for people to take, particularly for couples, when we are so close to each other, to actually have enough space between us to know that that's where I begin and end, and that's where you begin and end, and I can take responsibility for my part in this, but you have to take responsibility for your part in this. So it's keeping it separate, and that certainly is the challenge. Well, there are the 5 characters, and I just found a couple of little statements beside them. So Robert says, I'm a cop, and I live with my parents. I'm on a constant diet of human suffering. Which is rather cute. He's definitely a visitor. And Dad, Frank, I'm just a simple man who tried to make a difference. Sure. Just feed me. Couldn't find one for these 2 characters. Oh, that's the golf scene, which is actually rather funny. And she says, your father, Frank, his idea of culture is an undershirt with sleeves. So, aggressor. Okay. All victims living a victim lifestyle.